Welcome to 6ABC's Local Spotlight. The following advertisement is paid for by Mainline Health. Here's Jessica Boyington.
Mainline Health's pediatric patients now have access to the full depth of CHOP's world-class pediatric healthcare, even closer to home. And we're here today with Dr. Hazel Guinto, System Chair for the Department of Pediatrics at Mainline Health and Site Chief of Pediatric Emergency Medicine. She's going to talk to us about the expert pediatric emergency care available to our community, common conditions they see and treat, and what preventative measures you can take to keep your children safe and healthy. Doctor, welcome. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Of course, Jessica, I'm happy to be here.
Great. Well, let's get right to it. Why are pediatric specialists important for children in an emergency department?
Yeah, so pediatric specialists such as myself undergo additional training, and we have a ton of experience taking care of children who may be having an emergency or have an acute injury. So it's always good to go to a place where you have pediatric emergency specialists taking care of you.
What are common conditions that you see this time of year?
Infections such as respiratory syncytial virus or RSV. I think a lot of our viewers have heard of this virus because it usually circulates in daycare. It can cause breathing difficulty in young children. We're also seeing a lot of asthma exacerbation, and then the usual, there's always a vomiting illness. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. There's always a virus out there causing vomiting and diarrhea and causing parents to worry that their child's getting dehydrated.
All right, so we know those kids, all the vomiting kids bring home all of the germs to their families. So what are some tips for keeping those kids and the families well this fall and winter?
Yeah, see, I always say an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So definitely make sure that your children are up to date with their immunizations. Prevention is always key. And then, hand washing. Like we hear this all the time, especially during the pandemic. I can tell you how important that is. And then not touching your face. We always have germs in our hands when we touch our face, our nose, our eyes, and touch other surfaces. That's when we transmit these viruses. So also make sure that your child sees their pediatrician at the recommended intervals.
All right, so tell us a little bit more about this new relationship between Mainline Health and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. What does that mean for the region?
We've always provided great pediatric services here, but affiliation with a world-class children's hospital with a full breadth and depth of services that they provide is definitely a win for our community. The other exciting thing is if children need to get transferred because they need a higher level of care or to see a subspecialist, then they're so close to us, right? And there are now options of going to CHOP Main in West Philadelphia and also going to CHOP King of Prussia, which just opened earlier this year.
You know what, Dr. Guinto, I think a lot of parents, because of this, can probably breathe a big sigh of relief. So we thank you for that, and thank you for being here with us today.
Very happy to be here, Jessica. Thanks for getting me here.
So with us now is John Swartz, president of Bryn Mawr Hospital, part of Mainline Health, to tell us a little bit more about this collaboration.
As you just heard from Dr. Guinto, Mainline Health's collaboration with Children's Hospital of Philadelphia brings world-class pediatric care to the families in our area. Our pediatric patients will be cared for by CHOP doctors and advanced practice providers at the neonatal intensive care units at Mainline Health's 4 acute care hospitals. Families will also be comforted to know that Bryn Mawr Hospital has an emergency department with dedicated pediatric services and an inpatient pediatric unit staffed by CHOP clinicians. Mainline Health is looking ahead to a long and collaborative relationship with CHOP and the many ways it benefits our community. Together, it is our privilege to provide exceptional care for our littlest neighbors.
So that was John Swartz, president of Bryn Mawr Hospital and part of Mainline Health. Thank you, John, for sharing that important information with us.
Thanks for watching 6ABC's Local Spotlight. The preceding advertisement was paid for by Mainline Health.